DreamHack ASTRO Open is brought to you by ASTRO, Monster Energy, Corsair, Zowie, and Intel.
Up against the ropes for some of the teams now on stage here in Jönköping. It is, of course, the DreamHack ASTRO Open, live from DreamHack Summer, where some of the favorites have already managed to fall once, and now they have one last chance to battle forward. Already, we have two teams locked into the semi-final. Here we find ourselves on our second day, looking to see who will join them. The hashtag is DHOpen. Let us know what you're up to, how you're watching, and even if you're in the event hall, because there's so much else going on live from Jönköping. It's huge. If you haven't done DreamHack Summer, you kind of have to. I do wish I had a chance to do my BOC, but you know, adult responsibilities and stuff. And
the show was next year.
I have some adults joining me, Halvor, and none other than Jacob, otherwise known as Pimp. Where did you get the name Pimp from?
This is going to be a good story.
Like
so I was selling women for money.
It was like in second, third grade. I figured I was a pimp. So.
You were a pimp? Yeah. Was it the song?
What?
P.I. Yeah.
Nothing to do with the song.
Absolutely nothing to do
That's kind of
with
disappointing, actually.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for there would be a tie in there with 50.
Was there any cool story behind Vendetta?
No, surprisingly, it's like my grandma came home from Sicily.
So cute story.
Yeah.
Second and third grade, and my grandma.
Yeah, she came home from Sicily, and she showed me like the pretty much like the one-way stairs they had down to the basements in Sicily.
Okay.
So it's easier to shoot people when they come storming into your house.
How on earth do one-way stairs work?
No, it's literally just narrow.
It's complex.
It's narrow, so when you go down to the basement
so
to hide, exactly, they just come down one at a time. You line them up.
Just hold the angle.
Exactly.
Crosshair placement.
There you have it. So it all ties together very neatly.
So, selling bodies and mass murder. That's how they got our nicknames. There you go. Quick summary for me. We're not going to do mine because it's more embarrassing than both of those combined. Instead, what we are going to do is talk about something much more exciting than the prospect of our nicknames, and that is Malmo. We'll be starting quickly to remind you guys of something else that's going on in Sweden in the Counter-Strike universe. It's DreamHack Masters. Previously, we saw them over in Vegas. We saw Malmo as well last year. A fantastic event to be both a viewer and a part of. 2nd to the 3rd of September. Check your calendar. If you're not busy being an adult and having responsibilities, please do join us because it's going to be wild. And of course, you can get your tickets. Well, the link was there. It's there. I'm pretty sure it's really simple. I think it's just go to DreamHack.com, you'll find it. Anyway, with that said, let's show you what happened in Malmo last year. It was outrageous, and this is just a glimpse of what you could have. Live CS is best, and that's what some of the crowd have already learned after yesterday, and now perhaps this one could deliver. Gambit versus Cloud9, gents. Gambit versus Cloud9. Well, let's return. Let's kind of recap where we're at already with our story. Jacob, you've already outlined Gambit as a team that, you know, in contrast to CLG, were in somewhat of a deceleration. They hadn't quite been putting in the hours necessary to compete versus some of the world's best. Can you quickly reiterate why that is?
Yeah, they came back from a vacation. It's a week ago, I think, less than a week ago. So they haven't been playing CS for quite some time. Taking some time off, preparing their minds for a busy month leading up to the major, leading up to ESL Cologne. Probably a smart move, which means that they're not in top shape right here. And that's something you just have to take into account when you look at the matchup.
Is it a very valid discussion that just time off always correlates with a lack of performance in your mind? Just as a player, staying hot, staying warmed up, that's a thing?
Pretty much always. Like I don't, like, that could be one of scenarios where it might help a team, but in most cases, especially for a great team, Gambit is a great team. They're not in a slump or anything like that. No. They just took some time off after winning tournaments, you know, so they will always hit them. Okay, well,
let's elaborate upon that for a moment. Halvor, Gambit have been quite the... are they even a dark horse at this point now?
No, they're just like straight up contender.
Straight up top 10 team.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because for a while they were something else. They were kind of the gatekeepers of Tier 2. Yeah. And they've progressed from that. And I mean, does it all correlate to hey, Zeus, hey, Hobbit, and suddenly we got a new roster.
I mean, it's a mixture of a lot of things, but obviously getting Zeus into the lineup and them having time to obviously improve over time allows them to go from being that one-trick pony on one map and then expanding the map pool to 2 maps where they can be good teams to actually having a pretty well-developed map pool. And that's obviously something we talk about with every top team, the fact that if you go into Veto, especially best of 3s, if you can have that map advantage on a team going into it, then obviously you're going to be in a great spot. And Gambit have finally gotten to that point.
Oh, he was doing so well.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing so well. He's dying.
Hopefully this is not a premonition of choking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
That would be
He's choking before the game's even begun.
Yeah. And,
he's doing stuff for the sponsors as well.
There we go. It's all started out. You know, getting the choke out like early on before the game started, always a good sign.
Smart.
So they're coming in well prepared in that sense. So even though, yeah, we talked about it, the fact that they have been on vacation. I mean, I don't think these guys are the kind of guys who necessarily get cut off from you know, their good stride that easily, because they are the kind of team that plays a ton of hours. You see that too before every big tournament ends up in a scenario where he has like 120 plus hours over the last 2 weeks, and I think for the rest of the team it's pretty similar as well. They seem to be very much people who just grind hours to no end a lot of the time, which is really cool to see, and I think that's why they'll have an easier time of kind of getting into the groove of things. Even though we saw them have a bit of a rough time versus CLG yesterday, I think they still should be. I think they still should be informed to actually beat Cloud9 here.
And then that's not necessarily. Are you underestimating Cloud9, or do you believe that the Cloud9 we saw in Sao Paulo was the one-off, the flash in the pan, that everything comes together? Because the win conditions for Cloud9 are quite clear. I mean, Jacob, if I ask you now to outline what has to go right for Cloud9 to beat the world's best team, to beat them, to compete?
Yeah, that's a hard question. Yeah, it's gonna be Stewie in a top shape. It's gonna be Automatic in a top shape, and you need Skadootle back at a level where he can consistently perform. You need Shroud to be the Shroud that he once were. There's a lot of things that right now is just not. It doesn't seem likely for Cloud9. I think that's setting the bar a little bit too high. Cloud9 needs to redefine themselves. They need to find themselves and once again like manifest themselves as a top 10 team in the world and like a consistent player. Because right now it's way too inconsistent. You know, it's great for them that they won the Sao Paulo tournament, but it must be so frustrating knowing what you're capable of, but never really delivering outside of that one outlier of an event.
Realizing your potential, it can be so frustrating for players, I'm sure.
For sure.
Automatic on our screens now, Halvor, one of the most exciting prospects recently from North America.
Oh, absolutely, and again, a bit of a change in roles in terms of what Cloud9 are doing. Automatic no longer being the in-game leader, Stewie taking over the reins once more.
Oh wait, I thought he was Automatic in Summit, so they've gone back.
Yeah, no, yeah, they've swapped back. So after Katowice, Automatic took over gradually, and then they went back to Stewie again because. From what I could gather, Stewie felt more comfortable being the in-game leader, and at least that's what it looked like in terms of how they performed individually, because Automatic didn't have that much of a dip as soon as he stepped into that role. He was still able to be a fantastic CT-sided player and still have reliable performances. As for Stewie, it was a bit more hit and miss. So if he's able to do the similar thing as we saw, for instance, with Nico and Mouse Sports and that kind of thing, where he's able to put himself in more beneficial positions for himself, and it isn't to a detriment for the team, then obviously that's the route you should go.
Okay, I understand. And if you regard maps, it's Cloud9's Instaban is always going to be that nuke for now.
Yeah, it makes sense for the Gambit as well. I would assume that, well, the Gambit's second ban is going to be Cash, simply because it's a very strong map for Cloud9. So Train being picked up by Gambit, that's no big surprise really. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Inferno being picked up here either, or Cash. Yeah,
Cash, yeah.
Since that wasn't banned out.
Now, I mean, surely the lesser of two evils is to be discussed with Gambit here, because I mean, Cloud9's Inferno's got some very scary results as well.
Yeah, but it's very inconsistent. That A-bomb side for Cloud9, for instance, on Inferno is everything from godlike to absolutely terrible.
Their T side is very fun to watch. I remember there being a lot of innovation that actually got a lot of the players very excited. It does look like it's going to be taken away from them by Gambit. Cobble removed by the boys from Cloud9. Given the choice, they choose Overpass. So we have Train, Cash, and Overpass as our three.
Very curious about the last veto from Cloud9. They're actually opting to go away from Cobble, which again is a map that we know that Gambit can play. We know that Cloud9 can play it as well. But Overpass hasn't been a map that Cloud9 has gone to a whole lot as of late.
Yeah, I think Cloud9 is scared of Gambit's Cobble. Simple as that. Like that's a
if it's a move like simply because they're scared of Gambit more than they're confident in their own Overpass.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, they did get to see CLG beat Gambit on it, You'd think that would perhaps add a little bit more kind of wind beneath their wings, but perhaps not.
Definitely could be. And I mean, we know that FNS talked about how they've practiced a lot more overpass as of late. They could have been practicing versus Cloud9 for all we know that entire time. So even though maybe Cloud9 hasn't necessarily been going to overpass a whole lot the last 6 months, they might be working towards that, because obviously if you want to improve as a team, you need to get better at every map. So that could be kind of their pocket strategy going into this.
Yeah, and we have predictions coming in from the Twitch chat, which does indicate we're almost ready to go.
And again,
3% to 27.
Shortest name.
Yeah, it did get broken though. Fnatic. It was Fnatic versus someone yesterday.
Well, I mean,
CLG.
Yeah, well,
CLG was shorter.
Well, home crowd though, right?
In Twitch chat. Yeah, okay,
let's go with it.
Harla's given me one of these. I've never seen these before. Do you know what this could be?
Never.
Never ever seen one of these before.
I bet you can do tricks with them. I bet you have like 4 at home.
I do, yeah. Apparently you can do something where you like rest it on your finger.
It's close enough. I can tell you'd be a really good basketball player.
Oh, I've got the skills. That's right. I can't do anything with my entire body. I can just talk.
That's good enough. You're pretty good at that.
I tried tennis once. Anyway, let's go. Predictions. How we're going to have to be quick. Give me a team name.
I'm going to give you Gambit.
And 3 maps?
I'm leaning towards 3 maps because Cash went through.
Okay, giving Cloud9 Cash.
Yeah.
What have you got for me?
I'll lean towards C9, and I think it's going to be 3 maps as well. Probably going to be 2-1 for C9. They are in shape. They had the minor a week ago. That's their mini major. Yeah. Gambit just came off the vacation. Gambit haven't looked sharp at all. Lost to North Academy. Lost their opening yesterday. I think C9 is the clear favorite actually to me.
Okay, I think I'm going to join the Cloud9 brigade actually, leaving you in the cold on Gambit's corner. Yep. I'll go for Cloud9, and that's more because, as a fanboy, I would love to see Cloud9 Fnatic. That would be quite the affair. Really bit like a showstopper, especially for these guys in Jönköping. Casters are ready. They're going to be so very excited to bring you this one. It's their very, very recognizable faces. It's the lovely Pansy and Risk.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, your hair's very shiny today, Lauren.
Yeah, it's just grease.
Oh, you didn't shower again?
No.
That's your tactic. I've heard about this.
It's LAN. I'm embracing the LAN atmosphere. I see you with the fidget spinner doing the same, appealing to the crowd out there.
That's right. I heard this is popular on the internet.
Getting the demographic up.
That's right.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, no, I like that. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this one. I think that genuinely, I think Cloud9 are in a good spot for this. I'm actually joining you guys for Cloud9.
I am as well. I am as well.
Look,
because
Automatic and Stewie.
All alone.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Sorry, Halvo.
It's a rough life.
He'll be smug after this one. I can feel it already.
This
might
is a
be
win
a
you want.
tiny chance.
All right, then. Lauren smells. Risk doesn't. Let's jump into the casting.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, Alex. You're always a delight. Anyway, let's get into the action because we do actually have a really good game, and I'm excited for this one. I think most people will assume this would be a 3-mapper, unless someone comes out and really surprises us. That would be like a curveball if that even comes through because, as said, Cash being that middle map sits very nicely with your Cloud9s, and then everything else, that's where you kind of split the desk, right? A little bit at least. Vendetta in Gambit's corner, fighting the good fight.
Yeah, and I think this is a really nice like 3-mapper because we have that overpass coming in as the 3rd one. I'm pretty sure that Gambit are going to take train. When I saw that come out, I was kind of like, okay, that's probably going to be a 16-8, 16-10 kind of style, and the same for Cash because that's where Cloud9 are really good. But overpass, in my opinion, that's what it all comes down to. How can they both teams perform on overpass?
No, it's very true. We've already seen the Gambit CT side is still proficient as ever. I know people were really upset. We were saying the Gambit were making mistakes, but they were. And you come off a holiday, there's always going to be some individual errors that come through that people can punish. But then again, Cloud9, they're not a flawless team. They make enough mistakes themselves, but they should be in better form as a collective than Gambit so far. Just purely because, as said, coming off their minor major and all that jazz. But the point being is, the win conditions for me with Cloud9, if they want to pick this up in 2, if they want something, very out there, that curveball result to happen, you've got to bank on your big boys. You've got to have that Stewie come in, you've got to have Automatic, you've got to have Skadoodle having a game, Shroud being consistent, you've got to have nothing there as well. It's all got to be there. Train is not a playground for Cloud9 against Gambit. This is Gambit's domain that they should get this one rolling on.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why, to touch back on the mistakes thing, is that Gambit are usually a team that are so on point. They never make mistakes.
Refined.
So every single time they make one, it stands more out because you're so used to them being almost 100% perfect.
They're like a machine when it comes to it. They really are.
Of course, Adren most consistent. Everyone knows.
Very true. But the man I'm going to be looking at again for Gambit is Hobbit. Always is. This guy, huge potential for me. Nice flash, forcing Dozier off the angle. Falls back to a slightly more passive position while Cloud9, so far, just get wrecked. Stewie's head rolls. As already the rest of the Cloud9 boys do make it down. Skadoodle does manage to find Dozier. That's a good shout from him. 4v4 now, bomb down. There is still that Molly and Skadoodle as well, but there's a smoke on Zeus.
Let's see here how this one is going to play out. Zeus just waiting. Tapping away on Shroud. There's no getting him. Still 3v3, Hobbit low HP though.
Yeah, this could be problematic. Skadoodle's actually getting in on the fight as well. He's got the molly. He doesn't need to be this active, and he can leave nothing to this one. There we go. Just needs the molly to come in now. Hobbit forced off at 5 HP. He can't take any risks. And Skadoodle is there. Very well played from him, playing off the ramp. He came in early, got Dozier down, fell back, played to the molly, and then came back in eventually.
Yeah, really, really nice pistol round coming out there. The Cloud9 boys, and just automatic holding it on the train, grabbing those two, and then rotating onto that upper side or upper position, throwing out the Molotov, just playing it very safe. He knows in a position where he's in that upper position, he has to fall back. He cannot peek it, and there's no reason to. And he actually decides to go and play that safe route, and that's something I always like in a high pressure situation when a player is able to see that.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep this round clean. This is where you see errors maybe occur, and Zeus, whether it be a Deagle or CZ, it doesn't really matter, it seems, in his hands. He finds opportunities, and Shroud dropping the ball a little bit there, being very isolated, unable to be traded in that situation unless they all want to commit down pop, which you just don't want to do. A bit unfortunate at that point, but again, a Mach 10 recovered. It's not everything, but it could be a small piece to the right sort of steps towards Gambit getting around.
Adren holding very close as well. If someone decides to peek him in that position with the C-75, I'm favoring him in that duel. So Cloud9 needs to figure out how they can get into these bomb sites. 3 smokes as well, and a couple of flashbangs also, so they have the utility to get in there, but they still need to win the duels. And if these CT players are playing close range, it's going to work out, but no one's playing close range inside.
No.
That's almost 100% open.
I'm guessing it's the Scout and a Deagle, right, on inner, so I guess it kind of makes some sense, right? But still, you want maybe a little bit more. Okay, good stuff from nothing to find Adren. Keeps them at bay, at least, you know, it doesn't spiral away. You start panicking when you're down to 3, going, guys, what the hell's happening? That's one benefit for Cloud9 at this point. They are still a little low, which means that now you get the play-in coming from the Scout and the Deagles. 40 HP gets into that real vulnerable zone. Stewie's on 55, good jump down from Skadoodle, just going to try and bait in the shot, gives them minimal amounts of info. Oh, there it is, Dozier and Mo coming together. That's the threat coming through. Spots out another as well. Nothing really the only one to make an impact thus far. The rest of Cloud9 just a chocolate teapot. Trying to do some damage, it's not going well. Mo again pushes up, and there it is. Hook, line, and sinker. They fell for that one, and Cloud9 shattered.
Mo and Dozier just in like unison there, perfectly held. And I was kind of worried with only a Scout and a Deagle, but that was more than enough to handle that. So very well played, and just a couple seconds and we're back into the game. But look at this replay here. Mo just holding it down. Dozier doing damage as well. Second one coming in, and he gets a third one as well. It's very unlucky, of course, for Skadoodle, because he just zooms out that the exact point where he should have shot, but that's just the gamble sometimes you have with the Scout.
Lovely little turn of events though for Gambit, perfectly getting them quite back into the game after a bit of a frustrating round, I can imagine, just moments prior. Now,
oh, 1 AK.
Okay, we've got the Superman sort of buy-up here. Stewie, full faith in Stewie to do some work with this. Everyone else, you know, a little bit of armor here and there, some Tech 9s, 1 smoke, and that's it. Very hard to make a play happen here, but the aggression might actually backfire a little bit towards Gambit in a way. They're trying to get up close, trying to get some frags here. That's not a bad plan, but Stewie being the one to get tagged is great. They may not know exactly what they've done, but taking him a little further out of the game is good. Drops that rifle over towards Automatic, and back into the breach they'll have to go.
See, Automatic and Stewie. They can make it work. Automatic has to open up now. He's, of course, the player they're banking on with that AK-47 to come in. So far, just waiting. Smoke's going down. Hobbit will be under pressure soon.
1 flash left towards him. He's the gatekeeper of Ivy. Can't really cross over too comfortably. I'm not sure if Automatic has an active angle. No, he doesn't, but he'll have a little bit of look towards it. Hobbit, gotta be careful. Now they know the position of at least the rifle. That's quite a big deal of info. They don't see the bomb. Skadoodle's still got that to hand. Only a P250 to follow it. Again,
so
not
hard.
quite finding it, but getting closer and closer, encroaching towards Gambit, who are just kind of tucking themselves in the side as we speak.
Mo here, up high with the Scout. Stu, of course, just waiting for the guys on Ivy to push in, and then he's going to push in when the time is correct. They have no utility to get out.
Yeah, Skadoodle going to go in first, so he can be traded off if required. He only has a P250. He does carry the bomb, but it's set up Automatic really well. Now Automatic goes down. That's the threat. Stu breaks in, though. Mo goes down. Adren still stands. Bastion at the back of the side, but it's a 2v1. Dozier just barreling in. Bomb's not planted yet either. Oh, what? Dozier, no! What's going on? A complete shambles, and Cloud9, of course, make the most of it.
Really, really bad mess up there from Dozier. He should have played that differently. Everyone can see that. But also, I like to give a credit to Cloud9 for that, because once again, it shows how important timings are in these kind of rounds.
Stewie, that shot's filthy.
Yeah, that shot is perfect, but the timing that allows him to get into that bomb site is absolutely perfect communication from the guys on Ivy. So when they take all the attention, he pushes in and he can pretty much walk into the bomb site on his own.
That's great. Automatic feeling confident here, wants to get into play, but another buyout coming from Gambit, again feeling the rounds are close, so maybe they can get some damage done. Shroud doesn't like it though. Shroud getting rowdy and pushing forward out of Ivy. And a nice follow-up though. The scouts are coming true at least. And it's Mo, and it's all him. 3 kills. He wants the 4th. He only gets the tag. Stewie still stands somehow. And Dozier through the smoke, waiting for it just to dissipate a touch. And the bomb will be planted soon. Stewie is so low though. He's got to be careful in this situation. Skadoodle is pretty much his bodyguard at this point.
Bomb being planted. Dozier with a deagle and a dream. There's a weapon straight outside, but will he get to it?
He needs that clean connection. He needs that one dig. He needs something a little more than this if he wants a chance at it. Nice little flash to hinder approach. He's running out of opportunities here. Down to smoke, no kit either, so timing is going to be a big factor. Still going to commit and gets denied. Skadoodle's there, and so far this is a nice display from Cloud9. That round only got competitive because of Mo, pretty much. He was the only guy to really land some shots, keep him in, and these are the scout replays. This is gorgeous stuff. Pretty little weekend there on Shroud, you know, Dren doing some damage, Zeus as well, doing the work. And you can see the combination that really comes through with the Deagles and the scout.
Not enough though.
No.
To pick up the round, and it's a Cloud9 win. Shroud knows that the opponent are going to be on full pistol, so he's of course picking up the MAC-10. Aggressive positioning coming out there, just waiting a bit, using the utility and then getting out. Split A probably on the cards here. That's what they're lining up for on the T side. Shroud, of course, being let loose, just pushing. Yeah,
do what you want, Shroud, it's fine. Get the attention, get some frags, perfect. Already going to find one down by the end train. Automatic now pushes in. Nice little angle too, no worries on that. Zeus falls, and it's just clean. That's all you want to be looking at here is just clean rounds, don't lose guns, don't give anything up. Automatic needs to be a little bit careful, 15 HP, but the bomb plant, there shouldn't be too much danger. And no, Dozier unable to connect that final shot he required just to be able to get the kill. 5 alive for Cloud9. They've stabilized a little bit here. Get a little bit of money building around that 5K marker, 3 to 5K. It's feeling good. On the other side, Gambit scraped together this buy.
Yeah, pretty much a textbook round going up for Cloud9. And now it's up to Gambit to show us what they can do. And as you said, this buy is not very good. We have 1 smoke and 1 mollo. This is a big, big problem for them, holding on the incoming forces for Cloud9, because you need to be able to have that to hold it. Mo opens up though, they have the firepower. AWP coming in there, automatic 1 on Zeus as well. HP being lost on the Cloud9 side though.
Yeah, it's so quick though, they're going with so much pace, but they're going through smokes, they're trying to make plays happen, and Stewie, of course, the one to make it work, does find Mo. Shroud comes in towards Hobbit, and somehow they're still getting these kills. It's hectic. It's a complete mayhem sort of round coming through, and Adren just caught off by an angle that they didn't expect, but in the meantime, look what's happened. It's down to this 2v2. Cloud9 hit the brakes a little, slow it down. Nothing. Oh, that's a shot and a half for Dren. Left in tatters, and it's Dozier. A 1v2. A nade could win this. A molly could win this. In the right place, of course. And he's got the bomb. That's the next big problem. They have to take a fight towards him, which is the last thing you want to do when you're on 12 and 5 HP.
This is really hard. Dozier, of course, camping it out. He knows that if he hears them step, he can even rotate back and molly the bomb and win some time there. He has a lot of utility. He was actually the only player with real utility on his hands.
It's when does he ever get worried that maybe they're going to come through pop. It's literally that second of doubt. Spots one, does get the shot. Shroud doesn't want to go instantly for the trade, and oh, he looks away for a second. There it is! Shroud times it well, and that's that little seed of doubt that's planted. It's that little bit of a, but surely he's not going to play for the same. Surely they're trying to make a trade happen somewhere. But no, it was quite simple. It was quite basic, but it worked.
Yeah, he looked. As you said it, he was doubting that they were going to come from the backside, and he turns away and opens it up for Shroud. Perfectly easy shot. And now Gambit. We've been talking about this a lot. CT economy. It's so hard to build up, especially when you're losing rounds and losing players here and there, and there.
And Gambit love going on these buys. They love buying up. Dozier tries to let loose towards those brown halls. He does find one, which is actually not that bad, and he gets a lot of information off the back. Look at the instant rotate coming through. 4 players just headed right over there. In case if there was a quick hit, sure, they'd actually be in a decent spot for it, but that's not the case. Them pulling themselves off the site means that Stewie can now get into such a nice advanced spot that he can lock down this site so well for his team to just kind of be escorted through.
See here, Hobbit, Deagle in hand. Bomb has been planted. See here, 4 players still alive for Cloud9. Definitely a round that they should have every day of the week. But anything can happen in a game of Counter-Strike. Adren coming in close with a CZ-75. Has to check the corners. And and he's not going to do that.
Hey, look. So far, Cloud9 are looking really good at this.
Yeah, definitely.
It just, you know, when it just feels like everything's kind of falling into the right place. It feels like that. It doesn't look like they're, you know, really pushing themselves too far or anything's, you know, they're not reaching for anything, but everything's working. You've got Stewie and Automatic, the kind of dastardly duo, doing really well, and Shroud is actually playing well. And I know that sounds almost like I'm flaming the guy, but if he's on point with them, that's a scary lineup.
And that's what they're talking about on the desk, like the win conditions for Cloud9 in this one. They have to play well. They have to be on point, and all the players need to step up. Right now, all I'm missing pretty much is Skadoodle, and if he steps up, then I'm pretty much counting them in, because Gambit, they have not shown me anything so far.
Fair play to Skadoodle, he's not had the AWP that much yet, so it's still early game for him. But the difference is now that Gambit are on a decent buy. They've used a lot of their utility early, though. They've used a lot of aggression as well. You can see them pushing up towards Electric Box, towards Pop. Just maybe try and deny that kind of later round hit, but it's tough. It's hard to find information on this for these guys. Notice of the AWP as well, so again, another threat against Cloud9. Hobbit trying to lock down Ivy. Two players going to pressure this pretty soon.
This is a problem I have in general with CT sides, spending that much utility in the beginning of the round, or not opting to go for utility and opting to go for firepower instead. You end up in a situation where there's 1 minute remaining, or around 1 minute remaining, and you only have one flashbang left for the defense. That is just, yeah. And you see the T side there, 3 smokes, 4 flashbangs, ready to go into the side, full execute, and you can do nothing apart from just using your firepower to take them out. No help from the utility side.
Bank on landing those shots. 3 players now towards Ivy. Stewie joining Anything and Skadoodle. In we go, just slow walking it through. Already, I'm pretty sure it's Hobbit who's been holding Ivy. He's already fallen back quite passively to the very back of this, so he wants to play back into it late, maybe catch a couple of people playing through, but it also makes the rest of them vulnerable. But nice call, and oh, Skadoodle, that's the connection you dream of. Finding that, just saving your teammates in time, but Mo's got an angle, and he doesn't want to let it go. Zeus is there, and from above, he strikes them down. Adren closes the book on Cloud9, and that's a nicely dealt with round.
Once again, Mo just steps up. It has been pretty much the story of every single round they've been close or getting in this half so far. It's been Mo. 3K, 2K, maybe even a 4K. I remember one of the rounds. But he's been so much on point. Yeah, he's on 10 frags now. So definitely the highest scoring player. Another player that we talk a lot about, Hobbit, is only sitting 1 frag. And that's not to flame the guy, but he's usually top fragging. So this is weird seeing him in this kind of position.
It'll be interesting to see if he has, you know, the longevity as a player. Because normally you see him always having a good game. Exactly. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens when, you know, he has to build into this one. It's been hard to handle, to be fair. Ivy has been pressured a lot, and pretty well. It's been very diligently done, but normally he's on point. But still, he fed well into that round. It was okay. You know, he let the others get the crossfires into place to allow them to lose control of the top of Ivy. Oh, Adren, you feeling spicy? Is he going to get flashed into this? Let's see. Zeus might try and help him on this one. He's going to smoke on this and just works his way. Oh, no, awkward. No, we're not going to. We won't review that. It's fine. Let's just ignore it. Everyone's in a really weird spot here. I don't know if the communication's a bit weird or what's happening, but these players from Gambit are all over the place.
They're all rotating around and they're holding weird angles. They're not covering the correct stuff right now. They're covering 2 at the same angle and stuff like that. That's not perfect. And that's what they need. They need perfect.
Oh, Stewie, that's so uncomfortable. How is he given the time for this, though? Automatic's there, but not quite quick enough, and Hobbit finally starts to fire on all fronts. 2 kills from this round. That's the third. That's the Hobbit we were expecting to see. And now Skadoodle's got to dig deep here, but he can't find the angle, and Dozier on the flank does it. Exactly for Gambit.
Nice for Hobbit there, to finally get into the game, get a really good confidence rounds, and also, like, here comes the pause coming in. I'm not actually sure if it's a tactical or technical. It's rather early in the game, but nonetheless, this also gives Hobbit, like, you just got a 3K, having a bit of a rough match, and now you get to take a breather, and I just got a 3K, I can come back into this. This means a lot for his confidence.
Yeah, I think it was a quick technical pause, I think. No, it's unpaused already. Because normally, you know, they have a little bit longer to talk through things if they need to. So yeah, maybe just a couple of issues they just need to, you know, address. So, no harm, no foul, but nice recovery from Gambit. That's the main thing here, is the fact that they've recovered well. They haven't let it get to themselves. Even in a very, what looked like quite a sloppy round almost, they kept it together, and Zeus down to 8 bullets in the clip. All you need, that's perfect. Beautiful control and management. Not gonna fall apart under pressure. Shroud now with armor and Deagle. You know what? If it was rank S, it'd have been different. It's not.
Right. So here we go. Bit of a reckoning coming in there from Zeus. Just taking everyone down. Easy peasy. Gotta get those highlight clips, of course.
Nice.
Had those stats. But now we do have the Byron coming out. This is what we're waiting for. beautiful setup here. Cloud9 going without an AWP. So they Skadoodle on an AK-47 to do damage. And that means they have to rely on not winning the opening duels here on Train, which is, as most of you know, a very AWP-favored map.
Oh, variety coming out from Mo here as well. There it is, not expecting that. First time he's really done it and shown presence there. Works out perfectly.
Absolutely nice. And this also means that they have to really bank on their utility and using that very well in order to get out to side to Cloud9 or just win duels like that from automatic. It's really, really good. Now they have to regroup and figure out, okay, where do we want to go? This is a 4v4, still an advantage for them. They have 2 Molotovs, 2 smokes to kind of use for this execution. AWP is still alive on Mo. They know he's there. They know he's dangerous as well. So what do they want to do? What's in the Cloud9 playbook right now?
Got good utility for a B hit here. 3 mollies, 2 smokes. Very, very capable.
Well, they picked up an extra molly.
But it's getting past that AWP that's going to be interesting. And you do have Dozier on the side. Probably going to be played in a little bit here. Let them get down towards the ramp. And there's Mo coming in towards 1. That's automatic gone. Dozier does it again. 2 kills in the most imperative moments. The bomb dropped in a far from ideal position. Mo gives away the game a little early. But he goes back for seconds. He doesn't need to be asked twice.
Oh, that's so hard because you saw one of the players pre-firing Dozier's spot. And then it's kind of like, he's probably not there. And then he just run in and 2 guys
Always
straight up dies him. And that's so heartbreaking. They're not even looking at his position. It was the 3rd guy who was pre-firing, I think. And it's hard.
Okay,
and here we go. Here comes the actual
timeout. Yeah.
Okay.
Tactical time to discuss because Gambit have started to actually build really quite quickly back into this. It felt like for a little while they were struggling to come up with an idea of how to handle the kind of explosive nature that was coming through from Cloud9. All those fast hits towards outer were really working out, but it seems to have managed to calm the beast a little.
Yeah. And Mo is doing really well. Finally, Hobbit is back on this game. I think he got 5 frags in the last 2 or 3 rounds together. So really nice from him. So this is the time where Cloud9 will be thinking, okay, we got the good start and we kind of fell apart. We have an eco now, pistol buy now, but we have to talk about the next buy round. What is the strategy? What do we want to do? It's them, they are the ones controlling the pace. They are the ones deciding how the game is going to flow. And, well, that was a very short pause. They decided to unpause it, or saying that they want to unpause it after only a minute out of the 2 minutes they have available. They just laid out the plan. We don't need the extra 60 seconds, no worries.
All right, maybe a small adjustment is all they feel they need. Again, it's not a bad T-half already, to be completely honest, against Gambit, and we know their CT sides and we know Train. This is meant to be their map, so if they can get maybe a couple more on the board, you're feeling good.
Yeah, they can get on 7 just, it's fine. Even they can get on 8 and win the half, that's perfect for them. So next buy round will pretty much be what decides. Of course, they're still backing on getting something done here, and if they can get the bomb down, there's of course always the chance of winning the round. So let's see here what they have in store.
Again, so much control early. Dozier pushing up, it's just filtering through now. It's going to be hard to handle. Mo's blinded, going to back away, but there's the support system coming in. It's Zeus again. Hobbit finally closes out the round, but beautiful control. Even when Mo is completely pushed back, doesn't have the control he needs or the vision at all, and Cloud9 are around the door. The other two players step up and they're right there.
One of the small things that I also like and admire a lot, that I think new players coming into the game will admire as well, is when a player gets flashed and he just, without of course seeing anything, he knows exactly where to move around the map to get into a close position, because he just knows that. He sees it in his mind's eye. Just, yeah, I need to go back here. I can't see anything, but he just knows it. Gets back into safety mode then, taking the opening back off.
But this is the round we were looking forward to. This is what that timeout should have been for. This is what they should be eyeing up. Again, we do have Skadoodle on the AWP, so a lovely addition, supplementing what Cloud9 have been bringing, forcing Dozier off the angle. But Adren is here, so again, support always in place. It doesn't seem that they can catch anyone from Gambit out freely at the moment.
Gambit not giving anything away for free, that's for sure. Dozier still on the side, had great success last time. Traded 2 for 1. Cloud9 setting up again, of course, Shroud holding this position, but he's caught out with the smoke in hand. And it's a terrible start for Cloud9. Getting that lurk player, that defensive last player caught out, but Stewie opens back up into the side. Adren gets down, Dozier in a hard position, does get 1 though. Trades Stu with a 2K.
Zeus round the back, expected, nothing, not gonna let that one slip. And Mo, I think he caught a glimpse, or has an idea. He's got an inkling as to what's going down here. And I'm pretty sure Stewie's gonna hear this.
Wow.
Stewie outdoes him. That's insane play from this man. Even when Mo knew where he was baited into that. And he still won it out. Hobbit, though, out position. Oh my god, the adjustment is sublime, but can't make it away in time with the AWP. He was caught in the heels. And, well, Cloud9 are back.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Stewie 3K, you know? And that was really nice from him. Actually, they get, of course, the first frag comes
That's
into...
awkward.
That's a really, really awkward spray there. But they lose the first man, but then Stewie comes back, opens up, gets the entry into the bomb site. One of the CT mess up, but he still capitalizes on that and wins that duel against Mo, even though Mo knows exactly where he is. That's a beautiful round from Stewie. And that's the in-game leader you want. The in-game leader who can do entries, who you can count on in every single situation to get the frag.
He's an incredible player. All around, I think everyone's aware of the potential this man contains. But already Zeus doesn't really care for Shroud. There's one man removed from Pop. Automatic though, slowly working his way out, found a route and makes the most of it. Mo, a big factor being removed here. And actually Adren now on the AWP as well. But that doesn't really matter at this point. They have good control. There's still 2 players minimum on this site. And actually, I don't think they know Zeus is here. And Zeus can get a lot of play off the back of this. Dozier still being relevant to this round.
Just hiding, holding his position. Zeus getting into an off angle, missing some shots here. And that will allow Automatic to take him out before he can get that frag. So instead of being a 1-for-1 trade, it's now Gambit being 1 man down. 2 against 3.
Oh, but that positioning from Dozier was good. He tried to swing out on towards Automatic, doesn't get it. And Adren trying to keep himself in this round with this AWP. Very hard to play back in towards now. Not going to hear that scope coming in. Oh, that flash going to give away the position a little bit. Molly goes out. And there's one in return. Timing now going to be limited for him. He's not going to have much of a look into this. Both playing very close by, though, but again, for him to achieve anything would be very impressive here. Both watching the angle, not going to get it done. Automatic with a big round. 4 kills for him. And securing, again, a great lead coming in for Cloud9 here. 15th round coming in, considering they're on 8 rounds already. This is actually very good. Consider his training.
This is
so
very
many
good,
factors against them.
Yeah, this is very good, to be honest. This is the opponent's map, and the opponent are on the side that they usually like of the map, and you're already winning the half, and you can even win it 9-6. That's actually an incredible start for Cloud9. And let's just imagine, like, if they continue doing this well, this could be an insane win for them, because we know how good they are on cash.
Yeah, we'll see if the CT side can hold up. That's the big, I guess, the big test here at this point. They've done, I guess, arguably the harder part here, but Mo gonna find Automatic. He's not gonna have one of those big rounds again, but it looks like 2 players already tendering over towards B. Brown Hall's starting to be threatened, and Adren's taking matters into his own hands. Pushing up towards main, and Zeus is there with him. Good control exerted towards that A side.
Now 2 men down. 2 men down. What can Cloud9 do? Shroud here trying to make his way in, get that entry into the B bomb site. He's gonna get it. Hobbit goes down. Dozier, though, on the other flank, takes that one. Shroud really coming in nice. 2 headshots from him. Still some utility to spare. Can he get the 3rd one as well? Yes, he will. Shroud. 3K from him. And now 2v2. This is doable.
This is very doable. 2 AWPs left up. That bomb's not even picked up yet. If Shroud can keep selling this, he still has a smoke. I want to see how they take this one through. Now, nothing, again, as well, still standing. He's the one with a decision to make. Yep. Do I head towards B, try and find Shroud, try and make this happen? Or do I try something sneaky, play back towards A? How do they go about this? So let's keep eyes towards nothing here. Let's see the decision making. Shroud's pushed up quite aggressively. He's going to hear these steps. He's seen one. Looks for the second. Shroud, that could have been huge, but no. Zeus contains everything, and now nothing knows what's up, though. He knows where both the players are. Only one flash to define his route, but the bomb plant could be likely at this point.
He's going to get that bomb down. Has 1 flash to get into position. And there we go. He's not going to change.
Oh, but that's the shot, and Mo got tagged. 40 HP remains, nothing on 100. It's down to nothing to play this one out so smartly, so carefully. And Mo hits the brakes for a second, see if he gets given a chance. No kit on Mo either. Timing is everything, and no, nothing, not the jump, not like this. Oh my God, he gets it in the end.
My heart stopped for a second there.
How dare you do this? Nothing. He stands up. He knows he got away with murder on that one.
The good old MSI bug jump.
I hate mouse wheels.
The amount of rounds that has been lost by that.
Oh my God. Yeah, now it's funny, huh? If you lose it, not so funny. No, yeah, I agree, John. Good stuff, but oh my word, what a round from Shroud though.
Yeah,
he made that happen. That was what, 2v5?
Yeah.
Essentially.
He was like alone on that side. His teammate died straight after on the opposite side of that B-bomb side. Shroud just comes in, gets that 3K. Nothing with the perfect play, knows where the 2 CTs are, rotates in, uses the flashbang to bait out that he's going to a more secluded position, then goes straight for the peak, gets the first one, does the damage, and then wins the duel in the end.
Yeah, I think he knew what he did there, just slightly.
That's nice. It's just adding the IRL element of CS.
Like he does the flashbang dance. Now he's got the mouse wheel jump. He's just got this repertoire of dance moves. It's outstanding.
He is a brand.
He is just a walking brand. What a guy. But I'm glad it worked out well for them. But let's take stock of what this is. Gambit not excelling on the CT side to the degree I'd expect from them. And Cloud9 really bringing a game. Now, they, in theory, have done the harder part. Cloud9 CT side, Gambit CT sides are always notoriously good and very tough to handle. So for them to be up on the half, this is very impressive from Cloud9.
Yeah. What we need to see now is how Gambit are playing the buy rounds on the T side. Of course, the pistol round is important as well, but I'm really looking to the buy round to see what they can do. But now, Dose is coming in, and he's been taken out.
This is nice, good combination between Nothing and Shroud there. The only real breakthrough moment is for Mo, finding opportune moments towards B, but that was a push-up from Stewie. But there's actually no one else on B for now, but they didn't capitalize quickly on it. They had to wait for the bomb anyway, didn't quickly run in. Obviously, they don't know there's no one else on B, so right now, 2 players remaining for Gambit. It's Mo and it's Zeus.
So yeah, Zeus with the bomb on his back, and Mo with the USP that's picked up from Stewie from that kill early in the round. The question is, why Gambit going to go 2v4? Usually, as terrorists, you want to go together. Let's have a look here. Just waiting out. Mo is just seeing if someone wants to peek out and allow him to get a free kill, because that's the advantage of not having 5 CTs on the map. That means that you can go in and try and find an off angle, but nothing is ready, and that's a problem there. If you go hunting for those frags and not going together, can't get that refrag, you can't use that space. And now Zeus is all alone, 1v4. Shroud is low, Automatic is low, but still, this is going to be incredibly hard.
Did Automatic see him? Yeah, the call's been made, okay. There you go, Zeus. Won't expect it from above. He's looked for it, but still, nothing you can do in that situation. The best he was hoping for was a plant at the end of the day, but Cloud9 as well, starting the second half with what looks like a very diligent beginning, and this shot from Nothing was really nice. So, you know, so far away with these P2Ks, look at this stuff. And again, he closed out on this one as well. This was the Zeus kill that pretty much secured, or excuse me, Mo there at the end. It pretty much secured what we were left with.
Oh, definitely. That was really, really nice from Nothing. And it seems like everyone in this team is actually firing on all cylinders. We see it from Stu, we see it from Automatic. Now Nothing, Shroud came alive as well. Skadoola has always taken the kind of like laid back, more like quiet role, but that's actually okay because all 4 other on his team are playing really, really well.
Yeah, perfectly fine. And we've got the Tech9 buy up, no utility, so it's just gonna be, it's gonna be rough to say the least. Just run in and hope first. Yeah, choo-choo. Don't know how that one's gonna unfold, but Shroud's gonna give it a good go. 3 players about to pour through from Ivy, and the timing is not good. He gets caught out with the smoke in hand, and now Nothing is asked to handle a lot. 3 players going to make it through, and now everything's under threat. The old bomb train now, the next piece he has to worry about while he goes in. They still have good control now. Gambit making Cloud9 uncomfortable in this situation.
See Hobbit coming in close range with the Tech9, trying to find someone. Looks like he's going to find the lead. Oh, Hobbit gets one, but that's all it's going to be. 3v2. Mo has picked up the FAMAS though. Let's see here if he can get into a great position.
Look at this bomb.
CTs are everywhere right now.
Look where the bomb's going as well. If Mo gets this, that'll kind of keep them thinking it's at least towards A. And if Adren doesn't make, you know, just randomly shoots his gun or like any other mouse issues happen, he's going to get a plant out of this at least. And if somehow he could make a plant happen for Mo, even more impressive. Now, Nothing. Why are you in this situation? He's just gone for the fight, and there it is. Okay. Job done. Not bad for Gambit. It was a Tech9 buy-up. They've got 1v2, and the bomb's planted well. Now, I want to see the auto plant position from Adren. Let's see where he goes.
He's probably, of course, he's taking the big risk right now. Yeah. Because he doesn't need to win this round.
Yeah. Molly goes in. Adren's going to hear that. Is it something that's going to block him off? No. You'll still be able to get a glimpse at this. Oh my word, this is a lovely plant for Adren, but Nothing holds the angle, protects Skadoodle, and the defuse will come through. A valiant attempt again by Gambit, but controlled well by Cloud9. They're into the decent round numbers. You're getting to 11 already. This is scary territory now for Gambit.
Definitely, and this is what we expected from Cloud9 to come on a map like Cash, or maybe even the 3rd map, but not on Train, and they're just playing out of their minds right now. Everyone's just performing to a decent level, above Skadoodle, of course, but then again, they don't really need him. They're up 11-6. It's not like that's going to be the deciding factor right now if they lose or they win, because all the others are doing so fine. Gambit, on the other hand, forced into this half buy here where they have the AK-47 with full utility, 3 pistols and a scout. Mo has been deadly with a scout though.
And look at this B play. They've kind of pushed forward a little early. Automatic basically played in Stewie to this position, and it doesn't work out well actually. The Tech9 works out better for Dozier, but still it's an early warning system. It means that I guess Automatic can now fall back to it, but I like the theory behind it. I like the idea. Now Cloud9 left with, I guess, less information than they'd like. Shroud's going to try and find some of his own, but Mo's watching this too. They are really keeping tabs on what really Cloud9 can find out.
Yeah. See, Automatic. spotted out by Hobbit, and now 5v3. This is looking really, really good from a very scrappy buy from Gambit. But if you win those opening duels, then everything can happen. And sometimes those Tech9 in close range, they're just deadly. Well, not just sometimes, pretty much every time. Now Sue's going to try and work some magic as well with a pistol of his own. Deagle in hand, and let's see where they want to go. Gambit right now set up for an outside push. And here we go.
Smoke goes in. Flashes are made. The only man here is Shroud. He's just hoping someone walks past, doesn't check diligently enough, and, well, they check on the second time, and that's more than enough for a Dren. Deagle to the brain, and that's all you get given. Nothing sprays in, and I think this is a lockout pretty much, unless they get a very quick way back in. But look at this positioning from Dozier, straight on the prowl, looking for the hunt. Tries to find anyone he can, get those guns away.
Dozier here, looking for a position, and you can see he's calling something. Slowly finding out the positions of the CT. A process of elimination. And eliminated will be Skadoodle. Let's see if nothing is going to be eliminated as well. The players are hunting for him. They know he has that M4. Try and use some utility to get it from him. Bomb still take it away, of course. Round will be won, but let's see if they can get nothing. Yes, they will. Hobbit coming in yet again. And really, really nice. I like the fact that they know the round is won, and all their focus in communication is on finding out where the CT players are and finding out how they can get those two weapons so they don't bring it into the next round.
If you look at the money as well on Cloud9, it's going to be really far from perfect. Exactly. I mean, this round, it's going to be a very poor purchase. Maybe a couple of UMPs. Maybe, I'm looking at Stu as well, just the CZ with some armor, P250s. Very, very little to play with here. And Skadoodle probably eyeing up that AWP soon enough. He wants to get going in this game, and he kind of needs to on the CT side as well. It's so imperative to have an AWP who's on point. It's very tough to play this map without it. So the CT side could become a struggle, but so far we've just started to see Gambit really starting to show. So Cloud9, anything's a benefit in this sort of round. It's very, very tough to handle. And wow, Automatic being just toyed with by Mo, but a free little upgrade gets, there it is, nailed it. M4 to hand, gets away, for now at least.
3v3 low HP on two of the CT players though, but they have taps on one of the players because there's all grenades coming out from team A, and that's Dozier actually taking out Automatic, who was looking at that team A and gets taken out. Now 2v3. Stu with full HP, he'll be the one I'm looking at. Shroud is close range right now, but should not take any duels right now. He should hold back, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, Zeus is going hunting though, and beautiful work from Shroud. Holds the passive angle, and it works out to the highest degree you can imagine. Now Stu going to go for a different angle, different approach. He might have been spotted there by Zeus as well, in case that maybe information got passed over. They're both pushing back in from this way, so they might not set up even predicting this. Stu can get a really nice play off the back of him, quickly getting away from that sort of situation, but no. Dozier, smart as ever, fully aware that there's a possibility of this, keeps it well into check, and now Shroud left in a near-on impossible situation. The tag is not enough, the frag was required, and again, Gambit get another back on the board.
Nice round by the X squad there. Once again, stepping it up, bringing Gambit into the game. Only 3 rounds away now. And we're reaching a point where, of course, we've been talking about Skadoodle. It's okay, or it's not okay, but they're going to survive without him being on the scoreboard. It's reaching a point now where he needs to be on the scoreboard. There's just no way back now. On
CT side, you kind of need it on train as well. You have so much brought over by a good AWPer, providing you with the range, with aggression, whatever they want to do. You can have an AWPer to pretty much dominate on B if you have someone who can do that, if they're feeling confident enough. If he's having a quiet one, you've got to hope he builds up, otherwise it puts a lot of strain on the other Cloud9 guys to really start performing. T side, you had so much, entry power, the firepower, just, bullying through these quick hits. You don't necessarily need that AWP there, right? It's always nice, but on the CT side, you kind of need it at this point, especially when you're not getting those same opportunities, when Gambit is starting to feel confident and really pushing all your buttons.
I think this is going to be the problem for them going forward here, because I feel like Gambit are getting into a gear right now where they're not going to be 100% as they usually are, Gambit, but they're reaching around like an 80-85% right now, and in order to beat that, Cloud9 needs every single player on point, and that means Skadoodle as well. He needs to step up. So, we'll be watching him closely in the next few rounds, as Gambit just got this one away for free. Right now Cloud9 is taking back. They don't want to give free kills away to Gambit. This is why they're not going straight in for the death. Some of them will be caught off guard, of course.
Yeah, the Mac 10s being the ones.
Yeah, this is the farm problem, because this is giving Stu so much money, and also Mo, who has the same weapon. So 3 kills there being fed to them. They should not have been happened.
Nothing desperately trying to hunt someone down, maybe get a gun or something. It was just like, nope, can't make it. But it is buy time, at least, now for Cloud9. So we're going to finally see Skadoodle getting onto the AWP. see what he goes for. It's, you know, I always love aggression with AWPs coming out on this map, you know, whether it be to brown halls or, you know, maybe playing through Ivy. It's kind of hard to do that, especially when it's your first time onto this, your money's already fragile, you kind of don't want to take that gigantic risk to go for something crazy. So, yeah, nice little kind of, you know, deeper angle here, going to play around it quite normally. I wonder if we can see a speed up coming out from Gambit here as well. It looks like a B hit's going to be coming through thick and fast. And it's Stewie to be the bastion of hope for the Cloud9 boys locking this one out.
Skadoodle already burning that to 46 HP. And with the remaining kind of utility they have on this CT side, is not looking good at all. Hopping being allowed to going in, getting that frag onto Stewie to get now. Doja pushing in aggressively as well.
Love it.
Getting into a very, very nice position. No one's checking it. He's getting frags for free right now. And still the position is good. He has all that map control. Mo is still on a Mac 10. And this is just looking perfect for Gambit.
I'm pretty sure the call to save came out while we were seeing fights still going on, because two of the players already backing away. Skadoodle so... Oh no, the timing! Dozier, the adjustment, so nice. Last bullet as well. The hatches reload then, but for Cloud9 this is pretty devastating. It's a bit of a shame Stewie didn't get much more of a connection when they started to push through, even towards the guy who pushed out from upper. You know, he kind of forgoes the fact that he can watch lower ramp, right? He can't see it from the position he was in, but you got to feel you wanted more than that. Yeah, already Skadoodle getting burnt so low, you can't really go on those retakes.
All right. So 2 weapon safe probably. I don't think... Well, maybe Doja's going to go for the push in, trying to win the battle against automatic. But surely the AWP is going to survive here. Skadoodle should not be taking any chances. And he's going to survive with that. So they're going to have the choice here. Do they want to buy around this with the around 3k they have? Or do they want to save it and play AWP and just pistols? Because they can buy down to 2.5k and get some pistols in and have that around it. And I think that's going to be the plan. Yeah, that is going to be the plan. And now it's going to be really up to Skadoodle to do something, because he is the only one with a decent weapon in this round here.
All right, be the difference maker. Everyone knows he can be. We've all seen, like, Skadoodle when he's on those high points is just awesome to watch. But how long has it been since he's had those sort of moments? Consistently? I don't know. Hobbit, smoke out. Zeus there too. SDZ is so painful up close. Good turn of the flash. Second one turned. Third already. Zeus appears like, you know, a magician pulling the rabbit out of the hat. And no connection for Skadoodle yet. He saw one, and that's about it. Everything else is smoked out. They're, you know, making it so claustrophobic for Cloud9. Just burning alive on top of each other. There's the shot you want to see. Adren goes down. Follow up as well. Skadoodle starting to come alive, starting to feel out the game. And a perfect push from nothing. With the bottom planted, they've got a time limit on this, and Skadoodle's on 1 HP. How much can you ask from this man?
Double kill coming in. We're at least asking for one more. Let's see here, Stroud with a deagle as well. Picks up the AK. Well, that electric box spot is so good, so they have to constantly keep that in mind. And as Stroud checks that, Dozier goes down. Now it's all on Hobbit. Skadoodle on 1 HP, and he has to nade Hobbit. Let's see if he can bring out the Kobe Bryant here. And he's not even going to need to. Skadoodle knows exactly what's going on, and he's going to save.
Yeah, probably the right choice on 1 HP with that kit. And he still dies?
That is heartbreaking. You just feel, you can literally feel the sadness.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. The shots he was hitting were nice, but you know, as I said, once that bomb goes down, it's so hard to play back into those last 2 players when you're such low HP. And Hobbit there, just from above, removing that final chance to really play back through.
All right, 11-11 full buy round for both teams. This is the time for Cloud9 to cancel this Gambit train, because right now it's rolling and it's not stopping at any stations. It's just rolling straight through. Going straight for the finish line on that T side. Skadoodle once again with the AWP. Decent utilities on the CTs. They can block them out. They have the time.
This is what I like, right? This frees up Stewie to then maybe go towards A. Even though, you know, Skadoodle doesn't have to necessarily like commit into this. Even just holding the brown halls, it kind of frees up the rest of the players. Obviously, it's a risk. It always is. Shroud being found early might not even change the plans. We'll see if Skadoodle can stop them going towards B. For now, Molly comes in, forcing it off the angle. Not too surprising. He can change where he's looking. And Mo's still being very diligent and being very competent in the way he's checking through this. Yeah, and this is what I like about Gambit. Just small things is using the Molotov to make sure that the Orbers can't peek you, so that now they have this kind of map control. Slowly but surely, kind of like a checklist, just going through everything. This is what we need for the B push, and now the B push is happening. Everything has been checked off, and here we go. Yeah, only one playing late through upper, and that's Zeus waiting on the molly to just kind of expel itself. And the other player's already pushed up. It's Adren who's pushed up towards that connector, which is a bit of a problem. They may not expect it, or maybe they do. Stewie with great intuition. Good mind for this. As Skadoodle had limited amounts really working in his favor. He's been pretty much locked off this round. No one's really played to allow him to find a pick here unless he went overly aggressive for it almost. And it's retake time, but Mo can't be contained. Already the frag comes in. Stewie falls. And now the smokes come out. And you can see Gambit putting up that wall. But Skadoodle did bite back towards Hobbit and burning alive. Mo! Move! You've got to get out of the way. Zeus at least finds nothing. We're down to this 2v2 retake situation. Skadoodle's trying to fight this one hard. But Mo is still there. And with his final teammate falling, that being automatic, it's time to back away, or at least try to.
Once again, Skadoodle eliminated, and it's so hard if you're in that situation trying to retake. Only one of your players has a kit, nothing dies off, he's far away from the bomb, so even if you win the duels, you still have to go and get that kit probably. So there's a lot of things working against Cloud9 in this round, and, well, that is a beautiful opening onto Shroud. It's not really because he made that big of a mistake, you just get smoke banged. What can you do?
Yeah, one of those. You've got to feel now, Cloud9 have hit a bit of a brick wall.
Yes, very much so.
You know, Gambit have started to really push the limit here, and I'm loving the way they're playing. It's been exciting. Mo's been great on the AWP as well. You've seen that real power coming back through from these guys. And that's a nice new map called... I'm not even creative enough to think of a name, but thank you, Lord Gaben, for the lovely new design you've gone for here. I think they're going B. It looks like B.
Looks like
But yeah, I don't know what the hell this bug is, but CSGO things.
Just CSGO things. Here we go. C-75s in the hands of Deagles, in the hands of nothing. Bomb is dropped right now, so one player taken out. But Hobby's just pushing relentlessly. Automatic will have the flank now, but the question is this going to be enough? They have another player in Pop Dog trying to flank as well. So now he'll know the exact position. Skadoodle gets that, and now Skadoodle and Shroud can retake this. 2v2, both AKs on the CT, so they can do this. If he gets this opening, he won't. Adren, consistent as always. Shroud 1v2 now.
No armor, no kit, no flash, no smoke, no nade, no nothing. It's just Shroud with that rifle and no look into the site. Ooh, he spots out Adren. Adren spots him. Nah, he goes back in. Nice attempt, but nice is not enough at this point.
No, and the problem is that they're getting close, but they're getting like 1v1s with the bomb planted or 1v2s with the bomb planted. That's just not going to be enough when Gambit are almost on 100%. Then you're just going to lose those rounds every single time. Cloud9 now buying up. This is probably one of their last real chances here on this map. If they lose this, it's going to be very hard to come back from. So this is where they need to turn it around.
Yeah, you've got to show some real grit and determination at this point, or just have a great mindset going into these sort of moments. You know that you're up against it. Tag early towards Mo. Still stands perfectly fine. And Gambit just taking their time throughout the map. Pretty much pressure, well not pressure, but positioning throughout the entire map. Two players by Ivy, two playing kind of passive towards main, and then one over towards the box wall. So they pretty much have everything. They know there's no CT aggression, and that's kind of limits what Cloud9 can really get information-wise.
Shroud just holding the corner, making sure he can't get shot through that smoke. Gambit just playing it passively. They know they're in command right now. They know that Cloud9 are afraid, and they can put themselves on 14. Just run out the clock. That's the good old Navi boys used to do back in the day. And then with one deadly push, turn the round.
There it is, Shroud. Yeah, they need someone to come alive here. Yeah, a little bit more. You know, find a little bit of form. It doesn't really matter who it is. Just because they've had so many rounds not go their way now. It's just that kind of grind that really kicks in. It's a really rough game to try and handle. Flash goes out towards main. They're hindering some of the approaches here. And as that clock starts to really dwindle for Gambit, they need to now kick up the pace. Zeus, the one to deliver. Shroud, though, fights back again. That's two for him this round, but Adren always seems to be able to find these frags when required, but it's just going so well for Gambit here. Cloud9 finding it so hard to find a way back in, but the damage has been done towards Gambit. They are like, no, Stewie! No, don't walk into the flames. I know it's sad and I know it's depressing. You don't need to sacrifice yourself, but Automatic's gonna try and fight the good fight, but he gives it up. He lets it slip, and Gambit shut this one down. This is almost over. It's 14-11, and if you're Cloud9, your spirits are broken.
Definitely. This is not a good situation for them. Last time around, when these two teams played here, it was Winter. A few months ago now. Gambit still came out with a win. Different maps. Maybe that's still sitting in the minds of Cloud9. The same stage, the same event. They can't get to that win. And they just pulled all the money into it right now. Everything is invested. It's all or nothing for Cloud9 here on Train.
The nades come through. Shroud forced off this. Nothing. Having a good game so far for himself. A man who actually goes often a little bit quieter into the night. Doing pretty well so far. Good timing on that. Goes ahead before the flash pops and while they turn it. Gets a 1-for-1 trade, but information found. And now they can maybe pass that through and maybe play this out with a little bit more information in the back of their heads.
Still looking to schedule with that scout. What can he do with that? He's going to be battling against Mo's orb. It's already there. Not right now, but maybe later in the round. Already there. He's having a problem. Let's see what Gambit wants to do. Just holding passively. Both teams know how much is on the line right now, so no one wants to make that first mistake. That starts the avalanche. Still plenty of utility for both teams. Enough to make the full execute.
We've already seen as well that Gambit can play these slow rounds. They're successful at them. They can depend on their firepower to really come through. And Shroud, already tagged up earlier from the absolute barrage of nades that came in, now has to find 3 players, or at least do damage to some of them. Cautious on the timing here, scared from main. He should be right to feel so. Zeus is there too. Gonna pull himself up close to the corner. He's been spotted. He sprays in. He hopes it connects. He does do damage, but damage isn't enough at this point. 15 seconds now remain. Clock is ticking, Gambit. Where are you off to? What are you doing? The Molly's coming at a good time here. They're gonna make this one incredibly costly. Bombs crossed though. Automatic wants to stop that instantly. And oh no! This could be a disaster. They just need to stay alive. Stewie, run. You don't need to do anything. And there it is. The time runs out. And by a whisker, they get away with this.
Stewie actually gets a kill after the bomb explodes there, or after the time runs out, my bad. What a play there. Running out of time. We talked about Gambit being able to play slow rounds, and they just messed up in the end.
Well, credit to Cloud9 for keeping hold of that utility so late.
Yes.
They were able to put some mollies down towards, the push up from Ivy, and just finally slowed them down. But yeah, that was kind of scary to watch. The slimmest of margins seem to define this game so far, but it's all looking good for Gambit. Who's going to pick up the pace, but nothing is there in waiting. He finds one spot to the bomb, and that's even more important. But the rest of Gambit now want to hit towards Outer. They need to get this pressure going, and Shroud just gets completely decimated by Mo. Molly goes in as well. Good flash to kind of push him off the angle, but Stewie's all alone, and yeah, this looks like Gambit want to just get this game over and done with now.
Automatic is still standing. Hope is still alive. He gets the double. Now 2v2. One player on the bomb side. They've mollied him off so many times, but they have no more mollies on this T side. Skadoodle standing strong, and he takes out Zeus, and now it's all on Adren. Can he make this happen? Yes, he will! God, 15 rounds now coming in for Gambit. And, that has to be so hard for Cloud9, giving that away.
In a good position. You have a 2v1 left, the bomb's down. You're like, it's fine, don't worry. Adren, of course it's Adren. You know he always steps up to these situations. And Automatic is, desperately trying to keep the Cloud9 boat alive. He's just trying to get rid of all the water with his tiny little bucket in hand, and it's just like, well, what more can I do, guys, when we're just losing those situations?
Yeah.
Gambit individually has turned up today, which is something we didn't necessarily see as much yesterday. We're seeing people delivering on fronts that just aren't often on that sort of level again here, so credit to them for really bringing a higher level of game here. But Cloud9, the things that the first half looked so good for them. It looked like they were in such a great position. And now it's a little bit heartbreak. You're sat there just thinking, how do we recover from this? And Gambit just keep pressing where it hurts. And it looks like a B hit's about to come through. 3-4 players waiting on the jump-off point. Skadoodle sees one, spots another. 2 players now noted. The CZ comes into action, but 3 players still yet to come down the ramp. But Skadoodle back completely away from that and left Stewie all alone. And of course, the bomb site is now under wraps by the Gambit boys.
Fully flashed. Mo actually will get off a leg shot from that AWP, and his teammate just mops it up. Shroud taken out, and that is 16-12 for Gambit on that one.
You started to believe there could be hope there for Cloud9, and I think they probably felt the same way. you watch that first half, they got past what is arguably the harder part to handle with Gambit on occasion.
Yeah.
But that T side, we saw the power they can bring through. We saw individuals really bring in a hard game to deal with. Even though, for Cloud9, it wasn't a bad performance, or nothing having a great game. Automatic doing really well as well. A lot of the factors we discussed.
Yeah.
But where's Skadoodle at? We want to see this guy really coming through the AWP. He had a good round, but didn't convert it to a round win. So still missing a lot of factors there.
Also because the AWP on the opposite team, Mo, was on point pretty much for all of that game. And pretty much everyone from Gambit had highlight moments during this map. And that's what you need to everyone to step up, both individually but also as a team. And they did that, and that is why they're up now 1-0 in this best of 3.
And all said and done, I think everyone kind of always felt the train was going to go Gambit's way. If you follow CS and you kind of know these two teams, you would always put it towards their side, at least, quite substantially. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but for Cloud9 just to lose in this fashion, it's got to be quite frustrating. But there is still the next couple of maps, which is where it gets interesting, right?
Yeah.
Most of us are looking towards map 3. Cloud9, in theory, Cash should be theirs. But if things keep going this way, if Gambit have those individuals, this gets scary.
It's also a question of the mental game, because now, usually, of course, you would imagine that Cloud9, if they just go in a best of one of Cash, they'll be thinking, yes, this is our map. But when you lose the first map in a best of 3 and you lose it in kind of a close fashion and kind of doubting yourself, then it can be really hard actually coming into your own map and trying to take that one out. But of course, we hope they can do it, but it's going to be hard for them.
It certainly is. So they're going to take a quick break to get themselves mentally prepared for this one. And while they do, we're going to take a short break as well. So you guys go get a cup of tea, get maybe a drink, a Monster beside you. Who knows? Get yourself locked in for a very long night of CS, because this one looks good so far. We'll be back in a break.